Welcome, welcome. Today's episode is on the tech pillar, and today's episode is as exciting as it is overwhelming because we're talking all about tech. We're talking about creating and launching a faith-based online coaching program or course. You've got the passion, you've got the message, but the how feels like wading through a swamp of tech tools and second guessing. Don't worry. By the end of this episode, you'll be ready to create, launch, and bless your audience without breaking a sweat or even a commandment. In today's episode, I'm going to share 3 things: choosing the right platform, incorporating biblical principles, and effective teaching methods. Hey, Coach. Welcome back to the Coach by God Entrepreneur Show. I'm Denise Milianta, self-proclaimed mama bear of the coaching industry, certified professional coach, mentor, consultant, tech trainer, and a faith-fueled business maven with a knack for turning chaos into gold. If you are ready to leverage your hard-earned coaching certification, get clarity, create ripples in the marketplace, build a business that glorifies God, and make money, this podcast is for you. You can find out more and connect with me over at denisemilianta.coach. Ready to dig into today's show? Get ready for a dash of sass, a sprinkle of wit, a dose of wisdom, and a whole lot of no-nonsense strategies that will transform your life and your business. Let's go. Okay, welcome back, Kingdom Builders. I'm Denise. I'm here to dish out some wisdom, strategy, and a good-natured nudge in the right direction because someone's got to keep you accountable. Ha, ha, ha. Just kidding. All right, so step 1, we're going to talk about choosing the right platform and steps to create your course. So we're going to start with that big decision, and it really does typically become what platform. If you've been stuck in research mode for months, consider this your intervention. You don't need to test every option. You need one that works for you. If I see one more person paralyzed by decision fatigue, I'm going to scream. First, ask yourself, do you need fancy or do you need functional? There's Kajabi for the person who wants all the bells and whistles. Teachable works for those that say, I need this simple, please. And if you're feeling extra thrifty, there's always Mighty Networks or good old Gumroad. But here's the tea. No platform will save you from procrastination. Choose one and move on. Remember James 1 verse 8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Don't wobble, just pick. And a quick word of warning, stop chasing shiny objects. I was a shiny object chaser for like 2 years. If you're tempted to blow your budget on some bougie platforms, remember your audience doesn't care if you're on Teachable or running the course from a Word doc, a Google Doc, and a prayer attached. They care about one thing, and that is results. So here's a short list. Kajabi, this is the Cadillac of course platforms, great for all-in-one needs like hosting, emails, and marketing. Then you have Teachable. It's sleek, simple, and user-friendly, especially if tech isn't your love language. Thinkific is a solid middle ground, has lots of flexibility. Mighty Networks is great if you want a community feel. And then Gumroad is bare bones, but effective if you're just starting out. I personally have used UpCoach, and now I'm using Go High Level. So I can hear some of you already saying, but what if I choose the wrong one? Relax, platforms can be changed. It's your message is what matters. Okay, I'm going to give you the steps to build your course because building a course sounds a little vague. So I'm going to give you some step-by-step instructions, a little game plan. You might want to pull out a piece of paper and a pen. The first thing you want to do is you want to craft your big idea. What is your course about? And no, helping people isn't specific enough. You need to drill down. Are you teaching Christian entrepreneurs about stewardship? Are you teaching any type of entrepreneur about returning to the workforce after being, a stay-at-home mom for 15 years, guiding women in biblical leadership, helping parents navigate homeschooling. The point here is to get laser focused. The second step is you want to outline the transformation. What's the before and after story for your audience? Think of Romans 12, verse 2. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Your course should facilitate a transformation, whether it's spiritual, practical, or both, or something else. It needs to have an end result. You can also use AI to help you map out a transformation. Now, if you're one of those listeners who, forbids AI, I want to just encourage you not to get overwhelmed by AI. Simply put in the transformation, the before and after of your audience, what your topic is, and let AI, either ChatGPT or Claude, help you come out with a journey, so to speak. It can help you map it out, and then you can go from there. It's going to really break down some of that brainstorming time, because it's going to give you some ideas, probably things that you might not have even considered. The next thing that you're going to do is create a lesson framework. You want to break your content into bite-sized chunks. Aim for 4 to 6 modules, each with 2 to 3 lessons. And each lesson should answer one specific question. So think to yourself, what do they need to know to take the next step? And then step number 4 is choose your format. Are you going to do audio? Are you doing video? Are you doing PDFs? All of the above? If tech intimidates you, keep it simple. Record yourself talking through slides on PowerPoint or Canva or Google Slides. Your content matters more than the production value. Step 5, you want to write your content. Remember, you're not preaching a sermon. You want to use plain language and sprinkle in some personal stories. Jesus taught in parables, not dissertations. If he didn't need a TED Talk, neither do you. Next step is build it on your platform. So you're going to upload your content, test the user experience, and make sure it works. Now, here's a pro tip. Get a friend to test it too, because you'll be surprised how many people miss obvious glitches because they're too close to the project. Set a launch date. That's your next step. You're going to pick a date and you're just going to commit to it. The enemy loves it when you procrastinate because he knows someone's breakthrough might be tied to your obedience. Okay. Next subject is incorporating biblical principles. If you are a faith-based coach or consultant, this would be the heart of your course. It's going to be biblical principles. This is what sets your course apart. If you're teaching kingdom principles, it should feel like it's coming from the Word and not from Pinterest, all right? Start with Scripture. Build each module around a Bible verse or story that ties directly into your topic. If you're teaching about stewardship, use the parable of the talents in Matthew 25. If you're teaching confidence, use Philippians 4, verse 13. Make Scripture the backbone of your lessons, not just an afterthought. And always, always, always pray for wisdom. James 1, verse 5 reminds us that if we ask for wisdom, God gives it generously. Before you write a single word, pray. Ask God what your audience needs, not just what you think they want. And then lastly, you want to make it practical. Don't just quote Scripture, apply it. Explain how biblical principles show up in daily life. For example, if you're teaching about trusting God, talk about what that looks like in business decisions, in parenting, or in finances. All right, last, we're going to talk about effective teaching methods. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. It's teaching. And just because you're knowledgeable doesn't mean that you're a great teacher yet. But don't worry, teaching is a skill and you can learn it. So you want to teach, show, apply, right? Those are the 3 things. Teach is you want to explain the concept in plain, clear terms. Show a real-world example, preferably one from your own life. Nothing connects more like authenticity. And then apply. Give them a practical step to take. Don't just inspire them, equip them. You also want to be engaging. Dry monotone lectures are a fast track to boredom. Add visuals, use storytelling, and keep your energy up. If you're not excited about your content, why should they be? Use feedback loops. Encourage your students to ask questions and share their experiences. This creates community and helps you improve your teaching over time. Now, you've built the course. Now let's talk about getting it out there. This is where a lot of people freeze because the what ifs take over. What if no one buys? What if they hate it? What if I sound like a salesy weirdo? Listen up. Perfection is the enemy of obedience. Your job is simple. It's just to show up and serve. The results, those are in God's department. So start with your inner circle. Don't overcomplicate your launch. Share your course with your email list if you have one, social media followers. These are the people most likely to support you, and they're going to want to help spread the word. And also offer a beta round. Run a test round with a smaller group at a discounted price. This gives you testimonials and feedback while taking the pressure off of a big launch. I started this way. It worked wonderfully. And also keep the momentum. Launching doesn't end after one email. You need to stay consistent, share behind-the-scene updates, student success stories, and lessons learned during your process. Proverbs 21 verse 31 says, "The horse is prepared for the day of the battle, but the victory belongs to the Lord." Just do your part and trust God to show up. Okay, that's a wrap for today's episode. We've talked platforms, steps to build your course, integrating biblical principles, teaching methods, and launching without losing your mind or your faith. So I'm going to share with you the one thing challenge, and here it is. I want you to outline your course idea. Write down your main topic, the transformation you're promising, and the first 3 lessons. Keep it simple. KISS. Keep it super simple. And don't let fear stop you, because someone out there needs exactly what God has placed on your heart to share. Okay, until next week, go build something amazing for His glory. And remember, excuses don't serve the kingdom, but excellence always honors God. If you are stuck and you would like a 90-minute session, please email me, info@DeniseMilianta.coach, or you can ping me on Messenger, Denise Milianta, and I will schedule a 90-minute consultation with you. These are typically $350, but if you mention this episode, you'll get it for $97. Be well, be blessed.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Coach by God Entrepreneur. If this blessed you, please hit the subscribe button and leave me a review. I would be truly blessed if you shared this podcast with another coach. And remember, success in coaching is not just about what you achieve, but who you become in the process. Tune in for more insights and actionable strategies in my upcoming episodes. Stay connected, stay inspired, and let God lead the way to your coaching greatness.